everybody, welcome to the June of 2021 Patreon Q&A. Thank you very much to the support of all the people that help make this channel possible through Patreon. Links in the description if you'd like to join. There's lots of benefits to that. Videos like a week early at this point, but it's like a minimum of 3 days. Part of the Q&As, so you get your question in, your name on the video and all sorts of other stuff, and it's like £1 a month. If you want to help support this channel, please check the link. Right, are we ready?
Yes.
Okay, Luke Newby, Dream Garage, money no object. I'm assuming that means what vehicles would you want in there? Money no object? Right, well, large garage, and then it's going to have a selection of bikes. So you could have any. You could have any amount you wanted.
Yeah.
I'd probably want 3 or 4 bikes. I want something fast, something slow and cruisy, something really utilitarian. I'd have to spend a lot more time than I'm willing to see right now and work out that dream garage. I'd need numbers of vehicles. But there would definitely be a boat in there. There would be some cars. No quad bikes because they're just death machines. Yeah. I'm sorry, that might not quite be exactly what you were hoping for, but I'd have to think about that. And I don't read the questions before.
Alan Waters says, I have a couple of questions this month. One, if you got banned from the local library, what would be the reason?
Throwing things at people over the shelves. Yes. Because of you. I would get banned because she threw things over shelves at people. Hold on, plane. Get a faster plane, please. No one complains about the noise of planes. Apparently that's fine. Motorbikes.
Really? Number 2, if you were to change your name, but it could only make sense if read backwards, what would it be?
I'd like to be called Bob. Just to ruin it for you. Number 3,
if a Smurf chokes, what colour does it turn?
Well, eventually, I'm guessing a sort of an off-green, turning to more like a brown and a dark black kind of decay colour eventually.
Oh, gosh.
4568, up you two. If Terry had 3 Mach 14 capable chickens, this is connecting to last month's, and Frank wants to buy 2, what colour house did Bertie just buy? I'm guessing, because he's got chickens as a farmhouse, I'm guessing it's probably painted white, but I'm imagining it's going to have somewhat of a white and red splattered motif because of the chickens and the recent elephant.
What elephant? Oh. Sissium says, would you rather have a foot for a face or a face for a foot? Well, a foot for a face, because then you can draw a face on it. And also, you're not going to be standing on your face every day.
Yes, because a foot with a drawn face on it is just like, you couldn't tell the difference. Having said that, you probably would be better looking than some people. There's a foot with a face. Who's that? I'm not going to make the Family Guy joke. These are quick fire questions, as you can tell, but they've gone a bit silly now. Robo Ninja 300, hey Spicy, hey Reno, hope you're both doing well. For Reno's permission, of course, would you ever consider getting Reno verdict on how the bikes you get on loan for some companies feel with the height difference? Maybe a good comparison for riders with different heights, like maybe just sitting on the bike, seeing how she feels on them. I do this with nearly every single bike and always have done.
A couple of them,
If like with the Trident, you happen to be able to sit on it very comfortably, I will mention that.
Yeah.
If you're somewhere in the middle teetering, it's not really worth mentioning because obviously there are people from 5'4" to 6'4", and okay, there's less on each end of that, but generally people just need to try bikes for height things. I know it's helpful to know what to look at, but
yeah, because you might be one height, but then your inseam might be different,
and depending on the width, yeah. I do basically do that, but generally with Reno it's a bit of an unfair thing. Like, she's below average height, and I'm above average height, so.
Panda Copyright says, hey Spicino, when will the brine shrimp stream happen?
Yeah, I know I've got to sort that out at some point, but I need a camera that I can do it with, really, and set up, and no one's going to watch it. I know you will, Panda. Like, and the people in Discord, I've done a stream on Discord, we were just chatting, and I went, I'll put it up, and everyone was just like, you can hear everyone going, look at it, look where he's going.
They are very entertaining.
Anthony Deleted.
Alright then.
I think he must have typed that because it wouldn't say deleted. Oh, there's a reply. But unfortunately I can't click reply.
Oh no. Oh no. Uh-oh.
Right, so the bin is asking a question, Jessica. Hey guys, hope things are good. What's your favourite fighter plane? Well,
Fighty McFighter.
Fighty McFighter.
Yes.
Not Fighty McFighterson.
Ooh.
I have a few favourites in sort of the fightery jet. Although I'm gonna say fighter planes, but they could be bombers like the Tornado. I really like Tornado. I think that's a very, because it was like the plane that the RAF used when I was young. But like the F-22s and stuff like that are some of the nicest looking, like, to look at planes. I mean, I know a lot of people hate them, but they look amazing. Also, things like the MiG-35 that just looks like 2 engines strapped onto a dustbin. Because it practically was.
London Phaser Rider says, hi, Reenspeed. Seriously, bees?
I think the way he wanted it said was, seriously, bees?
Bees?
Was that correct? Because he wanted to clarify.
Yes, bees. Always bees.
Why not?
Bees. Bumblebees.
That Wolfie, hi Spicy, when are you going to teach us how to ride a swan like you said you would do in your video? How to ride a motorcycle for beginners? I have said that.
Wouldn't that be illegal?
Yeah, it would be illegal. I mean, I'd say, no, I'm not going to give any advice on anyone in trouble. Leave the swans alone. Right, well, get a stuffed swan. Or we should find one of those rides. In like the canal in Port,
yes.
the pond in Portsmouth where they got the swans, the pedlos.
Oh, yes. Yes. Hippodromes. Hi, Spreen. No. If you were a swan, what grandparents warn their children that you would break their arms? Or would grandparents warn their children? For you, yes. For me,
You would be more like a small duck.
I would just want food and pets.
But the most injury I've had from a swan is from it biting my fingers.
I've never had any injury from a swan.
Well, I was giving him bread, and he really
fed a
wanted
swan.
the
I was
bread.
like 7 or something. I gave him bread. He liked it.
Mark Lally, are you going to do a meet-up this year? And if so, where is good to stay? I don't have a location for a meet, and I honestly do not think that I will be doing a meet this year. COVID numbers are going up. I made a prediction a while ago that we'll be back in lockdown by August, or we'll have the same numbers as that, but because hopefully the deaths will be a lot lower, we won't be in that situation, but I do think things are going to be controlled. Basically, I'm not planning any meet until things have calmed down with the coof. Besides the fact that trying to find a location before was difficult enough, if I then have to try and find a business and say, hey, can I come and bring a meet to you here with this many people, it's going to need to be legal at the time, otherwise they're going to be in trouble. So basically it just seems easier to just know.
Just wait.
Just know.
Soyab Aswat says, hi, Spree. No! You used to be a cook. How about some cooking videos? No. You can do them in 2 styles.
No.
All professional Swedish chef. Maybe start with making pineapple pizza, hand over to your Swedish chef alter ego, and end up with pineapple. But seriously, how about some motorcycle themed cooking or just cooking?
No. I was paid to cook food for people in the past, and I will never, ever, ever, ever do it again. And if I make a video, it will be being paid to cook. I'm never doing it. Basically, I was a pub chef. So I went, in the early days we had because of I can't really say too much. We did have menu changes. We went from pretty basic food to pretty advanced food as far as cooking goes. And I did it for 7 years, but I could cook anyway before. But I have no passion to teach you to cook. I have passions to talk about the things that I talk about. I hate cooking and I cooking for other people I know, but I hate cooking for other people that I don't know, if in a professional sense, or doing videos on it. Sorry, it's just not interesting to me, so I'm not going to spend my time doing it. Daniel Boddington, hey, Reensey? Hope you're both well. What's your favourite binge series? Honestly,
we don't really watch things
no,
anymore.
I don't watch.
I was obsessed with Game of Thrones when that was out, but it's over now.
I don't watch series, they take too much time. I like movies because they're condensed. Series are just movies stretched out. I know there's a lot more to them, but generally I find that most series are overly stretched out to try and get as many episodes out as they can, so it never really answers things, and it's just frustrating. I know now people are going to say, oh, you should watch this series. I've been told to watch maybe 50 different series. I don't have time to do it.
I used to love Bones, and then that just went a bit...
But Mythbusters is something that I binged when I got access to it, because I love watching Mythbusters. I mean, normally I watch YouTube because I like watching videos of people teaching how to learn something, and when something's mainstream, it's made for like quite a low understanding level, whereas I like to watch things of a higher understanding level. I'm not saying like I'm big brain.
Oh, big brain.
I'm just saying I don't need the basics of welding explained to me.
Yeah,
I like to know the more advanced stuff. So yeah, stuff like that.
James the Naked Snake says, hey, Spree. No. I feel I already know Reno's answer, given she has turned or is turning into poison ivy. Given you live in a shared house, you can't do too much without the owner's permission typically, but if you could, would you like to do more gardening type activities and selecting the plants you have in your garden, etc.? Also, do you have many barbecues?
Don't have barbecues because we haven't got a barbecue, but I'm thinking about making one. We have free reign with the gardens in the situation we're in. But generally it's just not worth it. It's bad enough trying to hack that stuff back constantly. And actually the garden for wildlife is perfect.
Yeah.
It might look like just a standard garden, but those plants and things are there specifically for wildlife. Lee Bayliss, if you had 4 meaty burgers and 2 vegan sausages, how many of Peggy Mitchell's Get Out of My Pubs would it take to get a chicken to Mach 14? 1. It would take 1. All she'd do, right, she'd put the chicken on the bar and she'd just go, get out of my pub! Give it 1 slap and it's going Mach 15.
Roger Palmer, what's your favourite plant?
The potato plant.
What?
The potato plant.
What potato plant?
The potato plant. It didn't say my plant, it says what's your favourite plant in general. I don't seem to think that I own any plants, so a potato plant because it makes the very nice things.
I don't think I have a favourite. There's too many that I
She
like.
can't have, no.
I couldn't have a favourite, I'd feel bad.
You would do. It's also difficult to pick when she has 52 plants between
Some of them
2
are
rooms.
small. Some of them are only this big.
52 pots. I can barely move. I've basically moved in here now.
I've taken over.
Andrew Watkins, hey, Sprino, what's the biggest thing that you've been hit by on your bikes? I only ask as I've recently been hit by a pretty large dragonfly at high speeds, which ended up in my dash behind the screen and proceeded to terrify me for the rest of the trip home.
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
I've had a dragonfly do that. It gets caught in the vacuum behind your screen and it was flying. I'm doing like 40 miles an hour and it was flying, but it was obviously hovering in a dead piece of air that was being sucked along. It was kind of weird because the second it got out of it, it just went...
God.
Biggest thing I've been hit by, well, I've had pigeon shit in the eye. I've had a bird hit me in the eye.
Oh yeah,
I've hit birds.
I remember that.
The largest thing though, I think the largest thing would have been a bird in the eye.
Yeah. I think for me it's either a big beetle or a bumblebee. I think it was beetle. Gary Massett says, hey Spicy and Reno. Reno, now that the Mino Machino is back in action, and with your new found love of plants, would a daily trip bike video to the Eden Project or Lost Gardens of Heligan be in the pipeline? They're only approximately 8-hour ride from Hailing.
I have been to the Lost Gardens of Heligan and I've been to the Eden Project. You would like them. The Eden Project, I'll say now, I don't think it's that good. I think there are far better places to go and see plants and things like that. It looks cool and it's really interesting to go through all the different zones, and going from that like rainforest zone into like the Mediterranean dry zone where it goes from humid to dry is amazing. But honestly,
I always find it really difficult to breathe in...
yeah, oh my god, you probably go nuts.
Yeah,
but
I've got asthma anyway, so...
Yeah, I think there's probably nicer places we could visit. No offence to the Eden Project. May Crutch gets the last question. Hello, Spicy and Reno. Just wondering, do you ever shop at Lidl? No. As I've never seen one in your vids end there. In fact, I can make this video request. I continue to be somebody or Aura. Is this a reference to the scooter I had at the time? You're a brilliant pair. Big cheesy baps out. Regards to Nigel. Nigel's doing well.
Oh yeah, Nigel.
Only OGs of the channel, well, I would say OGs of the channel, but OGs of this channel are gone. Well, apart from a few of you, it's been a long bloody time. Like, I look back at comments on old videos and like, don't see you anymore, don't see you anymore, don't see you anymore. I'm like, then they're still there. I have bought stuff from Lidl a few times, but I don't need to.
I think I've been in there once.
And no offence, a few of the things I bought in there, their version of it wasn't very nice. But the they do. Is it Aldi or Lidl or something like that? Is that a Lidl or an Aldi?
It's a Lidl.
It's a Lidl. They do that energy drink that I can't remember what it's called. You know, the blue one I used to go and buy.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Because I couldn't get the other one. That was quite tasty. But generally, or if looking at their cheap tools and stuff, no, we don't really shop for food in there. I'm a Tesco's man through and through, although I probably won't be soon because they're starting to really get on my nerves. And I'm not going to rant about it. I'm not going to rant about it.
He'll probably rant about it.
I'm not going to rant about it. I'm going to look at the shrimps to be calm. Ah, yes, the shrimps.
Mr. Brine Shrimps, Mr. and Mrs. Brine Shrimps.
If we end the video with a minute of brine shrimps, will that suffice, Panda?
I think it will.
And sorry, I just realised I keep looking at this screen rather than the camera because I'm using a different camera. I'm not used to using it this way. Yes, there you go.
Brine shrimps!
That's the end of the questions. Thank you very much, as I say, for watching and the support of the channel. I am getting a bit behind with the Q&As, if I'm honest. We're a bit like 2 weeks into the... Yeah. 2 weeks into the month, and we've only just got this one filmed, and we're about to put the post out for the next one, which means the next one's going to come in 2 weeks, but I've got a lot of stuff to do in between. So we will always make sure that it happens within the month, but I'm sorry if it's not the first of the month. Every regular viewer is going, Spicy, it's always been that way. What the hell are you talking about? You've like been on time once. And over to the brine shrimps. Bye.
Bye.
And so your minute of brine shrimps begin. And only a minute, mind. Look at them. Small brine shrimps doing their things. I did recently have somewhat of a dying off of some of the adults, and I realised it was probably just the end of their days because they only live about 6 months. But there are definitely a lot of baby ones in there.
I can see them.
It might not show on video, but there are tiny dots which are moving around.
Minuscule ducks. Oh, they just did a fight.
Hello, little shrimp.
Hello, shrimpy.
Little shrimp. There's my shrimp. There is a shrimp. There's another shrimp.
Another shrimp.
Here is another shrimp.
Another shrimp. He needs a poop.
There is another shrimp.
2 shrimp.
What do you mean it needs a poop?
It's got a big... Or
That's
these
his eggs.
Oh, pregnant shrimpy. Pregnant shrimpy. No pregnant shrimpies.
Okay, bye-bye. That's all you're getting.